Hi there, welcome to the Cardiff International Arena as we bring you highlights from the quarterfinals and semi-finals of the Hasseröder World Pool Championship 2002. Well, plenty to look forward to. Efren Reyes meets Francisco Bustamante in an all-Filipino clash. Johnny Archer, a four-time world champion, is up against Ching Shun Yang. In the other half of the draw, Earl the Pearl Strickland meets Kunihiko Takahashi, and it's Marcus Shamat of Sweden against Takeshi Okamura. So these are the matches to look forward to: Francisco Bustamante, Efren Reyes, and Earl the Pearl Strickland against Kunihiko Takahashi. Let's join the action between Francisco Bustamante and Efren Reyes. The first rack underway.
Play with the red 3. Just to remind you of the rules, you have to get the low ball on the table, work through the rest unless there's a plant or a cannon that takes you to the 9 quick. Nicely developed, and look what he's left. Will you try this, SD?
Yes, this is going to be a very quick rack should the 9 go in. It's a great opening start, and you would imagine that Efren Reyes, even though he hasn't got his cue action going yet, should really make this 9 ball.
All right! Rock and roll!
So let's move on to the fourth rack. It's 2-1 Reyes, Bustamante to break.
Monster break. 2 ball looks to be in as well, which would have helped for him if the 2 ball had stayed out, but the white ball got kicked down the table. The red 3, which is now the lowest ball on the table. As you can see, the 1 into the middle pocket. The 2 getting kicked off 2 balls into the bottom left. And so the lowest ball now on the table, the red 3.
Plant on.
Too risky. But a clever safety. Has he got it perfect? Yes.
Has he ever? I think you can just about see the paint. A dab of paint on this red ball.
What will the magician do? Will he try to stay behind that 9 ball and send the 3 up the table? Well, he may have tried that, but he didn't want to do that.
Rack over. Francisco will jump in here like a rat up a drain pipe, but cool and elegant. Should be his rack now. There's no problem ball. Draws gently to the middle of the table.
Didn't want to be hampered by the 7, but no problem. Spinning the cue ball round off 2 cushions into the open table for the 5.
Part of the pocket. Don't always have to hit the middle of the pocket. You can use the knuckles to good effect to alter your angle. Coming in again, this draw shot.
No problems here for Bustamante. Has the choice of a soft drawback or possibly playing with a bit more power to screw off the side cushion with a bit of spin.
Left hand side, and it's elementary. This is for 2 apiece.
Rack 5, Bustamante to break, 2 racks each.
Well, the wing ball comes down, and look at the action there of Bustamante.
Is this plant worth a dip?
Well, this 1 ball's come off the knuckle, and he hasn't got a pot on the 1 ball, so, well, you can make your own minds up what he's going to do here. Does he play the safety, or does he risk the 9? What do you think?
Well, I think there's no change of angle between the yellow 1 and the 9, so can you tell by how much spin he's putting on it? He's coming in very low left.
Never a certainty, but a shot that really Francisco Bustamante felt he had to play. And he can consider himself...
Is there a chop cut
fortunate.
possible on this bottom left?
Well, he could have made it a lot easier for Reyes, and Reyes looks like he's ducking and playing safe behind his 3 balls in a line.
There you go.
Wow, that was close to the cushion, to the pocket. Just hit the cushion just before the knuckle. And if you look at these pockets, you'll see there are a definite point on the pocket as opposed to a snooker table, which is rounded. So as long as you hit outside the point, the ball won't go in. It very rarely goes in at any type of open pocket angle. But if you hit inside the point, it's gulped up by the pocket. That's why shots down the rail are a lot easier than they would be on a snooker table. But sometimes shots in open table play are a little bit more difficult than you would imagine.
So what's the plan for getting to this yellow and secondly not leaving it on?
Okay, 1 cushion escape off the top cushion is a possibility if he can make sure he doesn't hit that knuckle. Hit the 1 on the right side of the ball, and then perhaps the cue ball could go over there to the side of the table. But remember, the ball must hit a cushion after contacting the 1. That was an excellent shot, but it was not as obvious a way of playing safe from that shot. And obviously Bustamante was trying to play a similar shot and get that 1 ball in behind the 5. Perhaps he couldn't get past that 5 down the short rail, as we mentioned.
Well, the magician, his apprentice could, Sorcerer's apprentice could do this easily. No problem ball at all, yeah. It's raised to 11, replacing the last 4. Coming in with bottom spin. And again, all you snooker players watching, you don't want perfect position in this. You want an angle. You want an angle to think 3 or 4 shots ahead. Because once you get straight on shots, you've got to do awful things with top or bottom. Not a problem in any of these, Steve.
No. He's got to make sure he doesn't leave the cue ball behind the 6. It was never really a problem at all.
See, according to Isaac Newton, Pippin on the bunts, middle of the table, optimum angles in all directions. Middle of the table again. If you've got the control of the spin and the weight of the shot, you just dominate the midfield. Be a Roy Keane at the game. Hold the ball in the middle of the table. It's easy. Looks easy.
And if you think about it, Sid, there are very few balls that are pottable. Very few positions on a table where a ball is not pottable if your cue ball is right in the middle of the table.
Applying to science. Not kidding. It's not smacking spheroids with a stick. No way this. Reyes, 4-3-2. Gonna smack the cheese, bottom right. Cheese goes down!
Beautiful position on the 1. More awkward on the 3. And as you can see, that blue 2 has gone down.
Yeah, Tiger Woods might be the dominant man in some games. These 2 Tigers from the Philippines, where they're both national heroes, veritable jungle cats at this game. They could take the skin off a living opponent without blinking. But away from the table, they're nice lads. Francisco ponders his fate. Because when this bloke's at the table, you get slim pickings. You might just get a few dusty, dried up crumbs. Race to 11. Efren's intent on the task. Could have took the shirt in better, Steve.
Just checking that his sleeve doesn't touch the 6 ball. And a good tip for anybody playing anywhere around the world: play the game properly, don't get sloppy in practice, and play just cue ball fouls, as they're called. You play all the fouls, so if your body touches a ball as well, that gives you good habits around the table and stops you being lazy.
It is an extremely balletic game. When they do address the ball like this, feet splayed, it is almost like a runner getting down on his blocks. It's a very precise position.
Precise position is Reyes. Takes the 4-2 lead over his pal.
Why is he hesitating at this point?
Well, he's hooked. He's hooked on the 1. Efren Reyes certainly doesn't use a jump cue, so he's got a problem. The push out, or to kick out.
Doesn't seem to have nominated to kick out.
No, because, and the reason why, the push out is a disadvantage, and if you do push out, usually you get the worst of it, because your opponent can choose the situation, whether he wants to play the shot or to put you back in. So, as often happens amongst these top players, if they see they have the possibility of a kick at themselves, even if they are hooked or snookered from that break-off, they will try and keep the initiative.
Right, given the fact that the 9 blocks the way to the pocket, is there any advantage in thinking about the plant?
Yes, he can play a full ball cannon, send the cue ball back down the table. This is a great chance, with a bit of safety as well.
Django whacks down the plant.